let's continue.
It started back in the day they told we were all kings and queens, right?
Okay, now I'm going to show you that, no disrespect to my brother, but he has done his homework, right? So this is the Library of Congress.gov or LOC.gov, item /2018 585377. It says here, a new and accurate map of who? Negroland. And the adjacent countries, also Upper Guinea, showing the principal European settlements and distinguishing WCH belong to England, Denmark, Holland, and the like. The seas and the rivers being drawn from surveys and best modern maps and charts regulated by Astrum observance. So if you go to that link there and you click on view the enlarged image, what populates? A map populates. How about that? So you can blow it up full screen. Look at that. You can scroll in and out. How about that? Look at that. You can scroll in and out. Now I want you to see right here, it says Negroland, right? So in these Negro lands, you got kingdoms, right? You got right here, it says Kingdom of Tumbut. Okay. Kingdom of Bito, Kingdom of Duma, right? Kingdom of Agande. So all these kingdoms in Africa, right? You see. But now if we go back down here to Negroland, you'll see Kingdom of Gago, right? Okay. And then now let's go right in here where it says Upper or Proper Guinea, right? So if you go and zoom in, look at what we see. The Kingdom of Judah. Let me zoom in some more. The Kingdom of Judah or Ouida. It says Slave Coast. Ouida, Judah. So my brother, with all due respect, I need to go back and do some homework because yes, it's not a fable. And I'm going to say something in a minute that was where they get this from. But you actually go to the Congress, Library of Congress map or website, there are other books on the site as well. Now, so this is a continuation of history, okay? Because my brother, no disrespect to my brother, in all due respect, but brother, you got to dig a little deeper because we do have a history and we wasn't making up a history, right? So I'm going to show you this reference. This reference is Leo Africanus. And the reference, the book is entitled The History and Description of Africa and of the Notable Things Therein Contained. It was written by Al-Hassan ibn Muhammad al-Wizaz al-Fazi. It says a Moor. He was a Moor. Baptized as Giovanni Leone, but better known as Leo Africanus. Done into English in the year of 1600 by John Pori. So the year of 1600, this book was written in the year 1600, right? By Leo Africanus, but it was published before that, but it was written in the year 1600. Let me just kind of show you just so you can see who Leo Africanus is. Okay. So Leo Africanus, Johannes Leo Africanus was an Andalusi diplomat and author who is best known for his 1526 book, Cosmographia et Graphia de Africa, later published by Giovanni Battista Ramusio as Description dell'African in 1550, centered on the geography of the Maghreb and Nile Valley. So he was born 1494, right? And he died in Tunisia, right? Tunisia. Okay. So 1442. So this is Leo Africanus. Let's just bring up a picture of, let's bring it up so you can see. There is Leo Africanus and Min Malouf, right? So he says he was a Moor. Look at him. Okay. So he looked like a Negro, the people that he was talking about, right? Here's another picture. That was not him. But look see the difference between him and this guy, this other one they tried to show. Okay, let's go into the book. Okay, this is on page 126. It says, moreover, right at the bottom here, the land of Negroes is divided into many kingdoms, whereof, albeit a great part of unknown unto us, and remove far out of our trade. So what is he saying? We just didn't know. Just like most of our so-called Negroes today just don't know, right? So they didn't know, but he wrote about it. Okay, let's continue. Let's go to the next page. We will notwithstanding make relation of those places where we ourselves have abroad, and which by long experience are grown very familiar unto us, as likewise of some other places from whence merchants used to travel into the same cities wherein myself was then resident, from whom I learned right well the state of their countries. He says, I myself saw, what did he see? 15 kingdoms of Negroes. How about that? So he said he saw 15 kingdoms of Negroes, right? He saw 15 kingdoms of Negroes, right? He said, I saw myself 15 kingdoms. Let me see if I can blow this up a little bit. 15 kingdoms of the Negroes, howbeit there are many more, he says. Oh, but my brother said, he said, we making up history, right? Who's making up history? He said he saw 15, but he said there are many more, which although I saw not with my own eyes, yet are they by the Negroes sufficiently known and frequented. He said their names, therefore, beginning from the west and so proceeding eastward and southward, are the following: Gulata, Guinea, Mali, Tumboto, or that's Timbuktu, Gao, Gogur, Agadez, Kano, Kafina, Zinzeg, Zamfara, Guangara, Borno, Gago, Nubi, that's Nubia. These 15 kingdoms are, for the most part, situated upon the river Niger, through the which merchants usually travel from Gulata to the city of Alkar in Egypt, right? The journey indeed is very long, but yet secure and void of danger. All the said kingdoms adjoin one upon another, 10 whereof are separated either by the river Niger or by some sand desert, and in times past each one of the 15 had a several king, but now as this present they are all in manner subject unto three kings only, namely the king of Timbuktu, who is the master of the greatest part of the kingdom of Borno, who governeth the least part, and reside in subjection unto the king of Gael. Howbeit, he that possesseth the kingdom of Dukala have a very small train attending upon him. Likewise, these kingdoms have many other kingdoms bordering upon the south frontiers of them, to wit, Buro, Timiam, Doma, Medra, and Gorhan, the governors and inhabitants whereof are most rich and industrious people, great lovers of justice, and equite, albeit some led a brutish kind of life. How about that? Now we're going to show you some more in this book. We're going to show you about the belief system of the people in Africa. Okay, Africans and Moors. This is on page 162, same book, History and Description of Africa, Volume 1. And at the bottom of the page, it says, under the heading of, let me see if I can blow this up some, of the faith and religion of the ancient Africans or Moors. Okay. It says, the ancient Africans were much addicted to idolatry, even as certain as the Persians are at this day, some of whom worship the sun and others the fire for their gods. Okay. So remember, I told you that some of the Israelites, some of the black people in Africa are Hamitic, and they worship idols, idolatry. You also had some of the other tribes of people, because, Israel did worship idols as what got them thrown out the land. Okay. So going back in. So he said some worship sun, others fire for their gods. For the said Africans had in time past magnificent and mostly stately temples built and dedicated as well to honor of the sun as the fire. Top of the page, it says, temples day and night, they kept fire kindled, giving diligent heed that it might not at any time be extinguished. Even as we read of Roman Vestal virgins, all which you may read more fully at large in Persian and African chronicles. These Africans which inhabited Libya, Numidia, would each of them worship some certain planet, unto whom likewise they offered sacrifices and prayers. Some others of the land of Negroes worship is a Gahimo, that is to say, the Lord of Heaven. And this sound point of religion was not delivered unto them by any prophet or teacher, but was inspired, as it were, from, it says, God himself. So some of them worship. So that would be the Most High. They worship the Elohim of heaven. Okay, they just call him Gahimo. Okay. But was inspired, as it were, from God himself. I'm just going to read just how it says. After that, they embraced the Jewish law, wherein they were said to have continued many years, right? Afterwards, they professed the Christian religion and continued Christians until such time as the Mohammedan superstitions prevailed, which came to pass in the year of Herga 208. So that's talking about during the time of the Prophet Muhammad. About the time of certain of Muhammad's disciples, so bewitched them with eloquent and deceivable speeches that they allured their weak minds to consent unto their opinion, insomuch that all the kingdoms, look at this now, all the kingdoms of the Negroes alluring unto Libya receive what? The Mohammedan law. Neither is there any region in all of Negroland which have it in its this day any Christians at all. Let me read it again. Neither is there any region in all of the Negroes' land which have in it at this day any Christians at all. At the same time, such as were found to be Jews, Christians, or of the African religion were slain every man of them. Howbeit those which dwell near unto the ocean sea are all of them very gross idolaters, between whom and the Portugal there have been from time to time even hold on. Even at this present is great traffic and familiarity. The inhabitants of Barbaric continue for many years idolaters, but before the coming of Mohammed, about 250 years, they are said to have embraced the Christian faith, which some think came to pass upon this association, namely because that part of Barbary which contains the kingdom, I got to go back up to the top. Of Tripoli and Tunis was in times past governed by Apulian and Syrian captains, and the countries of Cafaria and Mauritania are supposed to have been subject unto the Goths. Okay. I'm going to stop right there. Okay. We're going to go back into the video and wrap it up.
It's always, we're always trying to boost ourselves up of our history, and when you don't really have one, you get to make it up.
So, no, we just showed you nobody's making up history. It's been documented, and other writers have wrote about it. And as you continue to research and study, you will find out that no, we're not making anything up. Stuff is out there in the public forum for people to know and to see. Okay, so we're not making it up, my brother.